Hello and welcome to r/Entitled Parents, the show where I bring to you some of the most ridiculous entitled parent stories that are floating around Reddit. So, let's get started, shall we? So this first one is about a computer and an entitled parent. So, this is how it goes. Hey, that's a nice computer. It's my son's now. I'm on mobile, so anything wrongly formatted or grammar-wise don't hurt me. So my parents were gone for the weekend, so I had the house to myself. I was sitting there in my chair playing video games, half dressed and barely awake. It was about 10 p.m. when I heard a knock at the door, so I scramble out of my chair, nearly falling down the stairs trying to put pants on. I get to the door and it was a family friend who we knew the first day we moved into our neighbourhood. They were crazy to say the least. They had 3 kids, all 1 year apart in age, and acted like they were all 3. They lived on the other side of our development, which was about a mile away. Here's where it begins. Entitled Mum. Hey, name. Me. Hello. Entitled Mum. Our tyre is out of air and we're just about to go on a road trip to my mum's house. I was wondering if we could use your dad's pump he has in the garage. Me. Yeah, of course. 1 sec, let me get the keys to my dad's cabinet. Come in. Entitled Mother and her kid, who acted like he was a kindergartner, walked in. I asked if she needed anything to drink. She says no, and I head upstairs. Her kid follows me into my media room. I kept all the important keys in my desk drawer, just in case I needed anything while my parents were gone. This is where it goes downhill. I'm searching through the drawer when the child, whom we'll start calling Entitled Kid, follows me in. He sees my computer and his eyes light up. My case isn't all that flashy, but I have a Corsair build, so some of the things inside look nice with the red, green, blue stuff. Or RGB stuff, whichever. Entitled Kid. Ooh, what's that? Me. That's my computer. Entitled Kid. It looks really cool with the rainbow stuff. Me. Yeah, I can make it look cooler if you want. The kid gets super excited for some reason. Entitled Kid. Yes, 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 do it! I open CUE and put on the Deep Space Profile by Alex Kestrev. For those of you who don't know, it's basically just a lot of purple, white, pink, and it pulses on the inside because it's not as advanced as my keyboard. Entitled Kid. Ooh. Me. Pretty, isn't it? Entitled Kid. Yeah, can I have it? Me, chuckling. No, it's mine. I worked very hard to get it. Entitled Kid stomps his foot. But I want it. Me. You can ask your mum to buy you one if you really want one. Entitled Kid. But I want that one. Entitled Kid stomps again and was getting louder to cause the all-holy mother to come in. Entitled Mother. Is everything all right up here? Me. Yeah, I was just... Entitled Kid. He won't let me have his computer. I really want it. It looks cool. Entitled Mother looks at me like I'm a criminal. Entitled Mother. Why can't my son have it? Me, dumbfounded by the question. No, it's my computer. Entitled Mother. Let my child have it. You can get a new one. Me. No, I can't. It's a custom build which cost me a lot of money. Entitled Mother. I don't know what that means, so let my son have it. Me, getting visibly annoyed. It means that I worked hard to buy each individual part and pay even more money to have somebody build it. Entitled Mother. You can do all that again. My child likes that computer, so he should have it. Me. No, he can't. Entitled Mother was getting visibly angry for some reason and decided to take it herself. I run over and block her, but she decides to use brute force. She grabs my keyboard and pulls it. The wire for it goes through my monitor, which is one of the more pricey things. The monitor moves with the keyboard and almost falls off the desk. Me. What the actual heck do you think you're doing? Entitled Mother. Getting my kid a keyboard. Now here's a fun fact. The K95 Platinum has a brushed metal backplate to look pretty, which is also a pain in the butt to clean. I snatched the keyboard out of her hand and she somehow managed to get her nail rubbed by the entire thing. This made the nail polish get rubbed clean off and now I have to clean that up. Entitled Mother. What the heck? I paid $100 for that. Me. I paid double for that for the keyboard. Jerk. I then proceed to push her out of the room and she hits her foot on the door, tripping and almost breaking my banister. Me. Get the F out of my house and take your snot-nosed little poop stain of a child with you. Now, I just realised in the midst of us arguing, the kid has been trying to unplug my computer. Instead, he managed to break my $300 monitor. That was it. this was purely out of anger. I'm 15 and the kid is maybe 9 or 10. I pick him up and drop him out of the door, and he lands up butt first and starts crying. I go pick up the now cracked monitor, and go set it down on my shelf. Entitled mother: what the F did you do to my kid? Me: I dropped him on the floor and get the heck out of my house before I call the cops. She leaves and I replace her monitor with the spare. I call the police and she's no longer allowed within 100 yards of my residence. She also had to pay double for the monitor because I lied about it. We obviously don't talk to her anymore, and I still get dirty looks for her in public. And that's my 2 cents to this sub. Have a nice day now. Well, heck, I mean, if it's just that easy to walk into somebody's house and be like, I like this and this and this and this, you should give it to me, then, God, could you imagine? I mean, in a perfect world, entitled parents would be living in the purge, where they could just go and rob whatever they wanted any time of the day. And, you know, I don't know, some of these entitled parents, man, they are super entitled. This one's interesting. And it's titled, Why Won't You Let My Daughter See You Naked? This happened at my first job at a summer camp when I was about 14. There were children from ages 5 to 12, but I got assigned to work with the younger kids. Because of this, I met a lot of entitled parents, but this one was by far the worst. Meet the cast. EP is entitled parent, EK is entitled kid, and me is, well, me. Okay, so this summer camp took place in a health club, and every day the kids had swim time. Some parents would pay extra money for special swim lessons for their kids. Now, since some of these children were pretty young, we had to accompany them in the locker room. Since I was teaching this lesson, I took entitled kid with me into the girls' locker room. There were a few empty stalls for us to change in, so I instructed to go change in one and change. For some context, these stalls didn't have locks on them and only had shower curtains. So I take all my stuff into a stall and begin to start changing when I see entitled kid trying to open the curtain. I immediately shut it closed because I was not about to let this 5-year-old see me naked. But then the little jerk tries to open it from the other side of the curtain. I was not having it. I pushed her hand away and went back to changing my clothes, but entitled kid refuses to give up. By this time, I was almost done changing, so when she tries to peek again, I come outside and told her how it was extremely rude to try and peek when someone was changing. But entitled kid refuses to take no for an answer. Entitled kid starts screaming at me like a banshee. She then drops to the floor and starts kicking, screaming and crying. Keep in mind, this was in a dirty, wet locker room floor. At this point, some of the other instructors heard her and come inside. She was still screaming at the top of her lungs because I told her she wasn't allowed to watch me change. Entitled kid refuses to get up off the floor, so another instructor literally has to drag her to the office's main camp. At this point, it's been about 5 minutes and entitled kid has not stopped her tantrum and it's only getting worse. So we decide to call her entitled parent. Now, entitled kid isn't exactly the most well behaved, so he was frequently called to camp to discuss her behaviour. Keep in mind, our summer camp was located inside a popular health club, so entitled kid was disturbing many other adults. When entitled parent finally arrives, entitled kid has slightly calmed down, but was still bawling. Immediately I approach him to try and defuse the situation. Me: excuse me, sir, are you... Entitled parent: why is entitled kid crying? What did you do to her? Me: sir, I was preparing entitled kid for a swim lesson when I caught her trying to open my stall's curtain 3 times. I tried to explain to her how this behaviour was inappropriate and she could not open someone's stall curtain, but she got upset. Entitled parent: she's just playing. Entitled kid is still very little and you're abusing her by treating her this way. Me: I understand that entitled kid is just a child, but I feel very uncomfortable in the situation and had no other choice but to teach her this behaviour is inappropriate. Entitled parent: she is just playing with you. She is curious about other bodies. If you just let her look, she wouldn't be so upset. This is your fault. It's not even a big deal. You're both girls. Me: sir, even though we're both girls, I have a right to privacy and I will not let entitled kid see me naked. At this point, entitled parent just goes back crap crazy and starts throwing sexist, racist and homophobic slurs at me. I am a female person of colour who looks like a stereotypical lesbian. Now this is attracting a lot of attention, so my boss comes over and politely asks entitled kid and entitled parent to leave. But they refuse. But after threatening to call the cops, entitled parent and entitled kid finally leave for the day. And then they've edited it to say, thank you for so much gold. I mean, come on, seriously? Demanding that your child be allowed to see somebody naked. Firstly, I would like to think that parent isn't that stupid, but clearly they are. That intentionally allowing a child to see you naked causes so many troubles. You could get in trouble for exposing yourself to a minor. I mean, come on. If the kid had gone through with this and had, opened the shower curtain and seen this person naked, this woman naked, what would have happened then? Would they have told their parents? And their parents would have been entitled parents in the sense of, you let my child see you naked. I mean, come on. I think that's just, it's, So this one is titled, entitled parent says since thief wrote his name on the stolen items, he gets to keep them. So we'll set the Wayback Machine to when my son was not yet a teenager. Oh, almost forgot, I am not writing this on mobile. English is my native language and, peanut butter. Anyway, my son had a young boy that would come over occasionally. I wouldn't call them friends exactly, but they were young, probably about 2 to 4 years age difference, and my son was probably around 13 at the time. Every time this young man came into our house, something went missing. Little things, but still inconvenient. On this particular day, my son told me that this boy had not only taken several of his Xbox games, but had texted him that he was not returning them unless a fee was paid. Naturally, I went completely ballistic. I took a few deep breaths. We'd had run-ins with this boy's family before, and because the uncle was no stranger to the criminal system, it usually didn't end in our favour. However, this time with the text in hand, I felt we had a little more to go on. I called the sheriff and explained the situation. When they told me that the value of the games put it in a slightly more serious category, as well as that they were taken while we were in the home, this might be more actionable. A deputy arrived, and I showed him the texts, and we proceeded to walk down to the boy's house. The reception at the door was expected, evasive and hostile, with the uncle chiming in with his jailhouse lawyer crap. Eventually, the games were found, but at that point Grandma grabbed them and started raising a storm. See, he's got his name on them. They his. He ain't giving them back. The deputy showed Grandma the text messages and advised her, as he pulled out the handcuffs, then thief is about to be arrested for the theft of over $500 and burglary of an occupied structure. Jailhouse lawyer uncle shut up. Grandma shut up. They handed over the games. Son checked to make sure they were all intact. From that point on, thief was no longer permitted anywhere near my property. We still had the occasional run-ins with him and his family, but after that they were all considerably less confrontational. Thank you for your time. I mean, in some circumstances, writing your name on something makes it yours, like books, for example, yeah? You know, where it says this book belongs to and you write your name in it. But in this instance, like, how can the family justify that? Well, his name's written in it, so it must belong to my child. Blip, 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 blip. I mean, just because you put your name on it doesn't mean it belongs to you. I mean, would that work if I walked out, saw a car I liked and scrawled my name on it? Well, it's my car now. It's got my name on it. Or if I walked into a shop and looked at a computer and wrote my name on it, would I then be able to say, that's mine now? No, I wouldn't. This is what makes me so cross about some entitled parents. You know, they spoil their kids so much, and it's like some crazy devotion that they feel that there's nothing their little angel could ever do that's ever wrong. Oh my God, ooh. Ugh. And for a bonus, because it's a short one, this one's titled, Entitled Mum Demands a Memorial Service to be moved for her. This is a super quick story, but happened very recently, so it came to mind when I found this subreddit. For a backstory, my mum died on the 10th of June 2018. We're Jewish, not super religious, but enough that the 1 year anniversary of her passing is something we mark. My dad and I are holding a memorial service for her on June the 8th, 2019, which is the weekend closest to the anniversary. One of my mum's friends, not family, from growing up, got wind of the date and texted my dad. Entitled Mother, I heard you're having the memorial on June 8th, is that right? Dad, yes, it's the closest to her Yazid. Sorry for the really bad pronunciation. It means anniversary. Entitled Mother, well, Entitled Kids' high school graduation is that day. Could you move the memorial to another weekend? Maybe the one after, since the one before is difficult for us? Thankfully, Dad said no without hesitation. But I have to say, if my mum had heard that, she would have come back just to smack Entitled Mother. Oh my God. And then there's an edit on here. Edit, just want to thank you all for your condolences and kind words. I super appreciate them. Love heart. I mean, asking somebody to remove move the memorial of like the anniversary of their loved one to a different weekend because it inconveniences you when you aren't family, you're just a family friend. And to be quite honest, you know, yeah, fine, your kid's got his thing. Is the memorial seriously going to ruin your kid's, like, graduation? I mean, honestly, if you're not family, then I would think that you're sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Your priorities lie with your child's graduation, you know, but, like, I could understand if it's something different, like, your kid's graduation day and then somebody was, I don't know, throwing you a party for something and you'd be like, oh no, we can't, my son graduates that day, I don't want to take the shine away from him, can we move the party to another weekend? That's fine, I could see that being a logical thing. But to sit there and be all, oh, you can't do your memorial for your family member on that day because, you know, I've got to go and deal with my son's graduation, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's just taking the biscuit. Oh. So, that was it for r/entitled parents. I mean, they're not the most outrageous. There are worse. I thought I'd play it safe this time round. But if you like this, you know, as an entitled person, I demand that you like, comment and subscribe to this video and you tell all your friends, because if you don't, I'm going to come over there and I'm going to call the police and they're going to come to your house. But seriously, on a serious note, if you did like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel for more and leave me comments. I mean, give me some of your entitled parent stories. You know, I do like reading them because it just makes me laugh. But yeah, I hope to catch you in the next video. Stay smart.